What's up guys, it's your boy Fluffy back with another video yet again. So in today's video I am doing a Q&A by the title of the video. First off, I want to give my post notification shout out to Jiggy, and I'll put his name up here on the channel on the screen. If you guys want a post notification shout out, all you guys gotta do is make sure you guys are 1, subscribed, 2, have something in the comment section down below saying that you've done that. Once you've done that, you'll get a post notification shout out on my next video. That being said, I get through these questions, answer some of these questions you guys sent me, and if you guys see me look back and forth, it's because I am looking at my computer for the questions. So let's get it going. Question number 1, and I'll also put them on the screen right here so you guys can see them. Question number 1 comes from my boy Jiggy at #AskFluffy. What is 2 plus 2? Well, I know you guys are gonna, for those who don't know, there was a video that Double J did. It was pretty funny. I'll link that in the description down below. You guys gotta go check it out. Anyway, the joke me and Jiggy has for this, 2 plus 2 is 900. Ideally it is 4, but we have that joke, so to me and him it's 900. But he said, for real, what is your favorite childhood memory? That's a good question because I've never been asked that before. So my childhood memory has to be when I went to Disney World. I went to Disney World back in 2006 and 2008. You guys can do the math of how old I am in 2006 and 2008. Right now I'm 22, so I'm not good with math, but if you do the math, you can figure it out. That was my favorite childhood memory, was going to Disney World, because I had never been prior to that. So that was pretty cool. Next question is from my Aussie sister from Australia, Christy Lee. And she says, if you can learn one other language, what would it be and why? Great question. Appreciate her sending this one in. I have 2 different languages I want to learn. I guess they can tie together. But the main one I want to learn is Portuguese, because I am Portuguese on my father's side of the family, but I also want to learn Spanish too. I feel like it's always good to have a second language, so hopefully down the line I can learn that. I'm learning here and there. I downloaded an app for learning Portuguese and Spanish, so hopefully it goes along pretty well. Thank you, by the way, Christy Lee, for sending that in. Okay, next question is from the King. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Basically what he's saying in this question is, where do you see yourself in the near future? Since I have been growing quite rapidly on YouTube, I have almost 2,100 subscribers. I'm now monetized on YouTube, which thank you guys very much for that. You guys, that means a lot to me. Where I see myself in 10 years? In 10 years, I see myself with over at least 1 million subscribers, successful on YouTube. Meeting all you guys in person would be a great, way of being successful on YouTube. So the next question is from Cassie. She sent in a couple questions. The first one is, do you sing in the shower? No, I do not. I listen to music while I'm in the shower, but I do not sing in the shower. For one, I can't sing for crap, and I don't think I'd ever sing in the shower because I have a large family in the house, and them coming in the bathroom, I feel like it'd be too weird to sing in the shower. What's the first thing you noticed about someone? So I think what she's asking about in this question is, what do I notice about somebody when I first meet them? To me, I always notice how they show themselves to me as like somebody that's gonna be a friend of mine or somebody that I'm gonna be working with. I see what their appearance is gonna be towards me. So that's what I notice when I see somebody for the first time right off the bat. One is, you are in an emergency situation and you have a chance to make a single phone call. Who would you call? And that's a pretty good question because I'd have a lot of people I'd call, but if I had a serious emergency where I'd have to call one person, I'd call my mother. I know she'd answer the phone right away. She would help me in whatever situation I was in. I have a lot of other people that would help me, but she is one on the top. So we got one from Scylla, from Steven and Scylla on YouTube. She says, #AskFluffy. What was your favorite paranormal experience? Now, I've had a couple. I haven't had much, but I have had a couple. My favorite one was when I did a video at a haunted asylum in Utah. and the tour guide chose me out of everybody in the group to communicate with a young spirit that had passed away in the hospital by the name of Sarah. The spirit actually used my body, believe it or not, used my body to communicate with him by moving my body forward to say yes and backward to say no. Basically, she was, I guess you can say, in my body, using my body as communication towards the tour guide, which I thought was kind of scary at first, but then I was like, I thought to myself, you need to keep a positive mindset and just stay calm, because if you show any fear or negativity at all, spirits love to feed off of that. So that was one of my favorites. I've had a couple, but that was one of my top favorites. So I appreciate Scylla for sending that question in. Let's see what the next question is. Steven from Steven and Scylla sent one in. He asks, what is the hardest thing about investigating the paranormal? That's a great question. The hardest thing about that is to actually get them to communicate. They don't always communicate through the spirit box. If you guys don't know what that is, I'll put that up on the screen right here so you guys can see that. They always have other ways of communicating, like they can make a single noise. Like if you say, make yourself known, they'll tap on something, or talk through your recorder. Like if you have a digital recorder or anything else of the sort other than a spirit box. You're not always gonna get a response from a spirit. It's very likely that you may, very likely you may not, depending on the activity of the place you're at. Next question is from Leanne Hansen. Once you become big on YouTube, do you see yourself leaving YouTube to do movies or TV shows? And good question, Leanne, but no. I do not see myself leaving YouTube for movies or TV shows. Now, granted, if I got called in to do a TV show with somebody, I'll take them up on the offer. I'll see what the offer has, to show. If I like it, I'll continue. If not, then I won't. But it don't mean I'll ever leave YouTube. I'm never gonna leave YouTube unless it gets really bad, which I don't think it will. From Big Money himself, he says, what would you say has been your scariest paranormal investigation to date? Great question. Appreciate you sending the question in. And the scariest one to date would have to be when I caught two, not one, but two EVPs. Most recent video I've done at a haunted forest. I caught one spirit say devil, clear as day, and one spirit say demon right after that. So to me that was scary because it was sort of demonic, or devilish, you could say, coming through the spirit box, and that kind of scared me because I was not expecting that. I mean, I guess you can expect that when you film at locations like that, but I was not expecting that at all. Jarrell Presumanso, I'm sorry if I butchered that. I'm just gonna say Jarrell, but he asked a simple question: do you stream on Twitch? And to answer that, Jarrell, thank you for sending it in. I do, but I haven't been on there in a while, and I want to get back on there. I'll make a separate video, talking about that, but right now I have not streamed on Twitch in a couple months. I want to get back into it, but as of right now I have not. Leanne Hansen again, she says, another question from Scylla, what's the scariest thing you've ever done? Scariest thing I've ever done was going to a location by myself that I've never been to before, especially at night and at 3 a.m. I think I could say that for everybody, is when you go to a certain location by yourself, it ain't gonna be so easy. For one, because you're by yourself, and for two, you don't know what the location has to offer. Yeah, that's the most scariest thing I've ever encountered. Another question from Big Money, and he asks, what advice would you give to anyone who is thinking of using a Ouija board but has never used one before? A great question, because I've actually just recently used a Ouija board for my first time. The advice I have for anybody that has never used a Ouija board or is thinking about using one, don't use it. Plain and simple, don't use it. Leave that to the dummies like me and all the other YouTubers on YouTube. If you don't feel right using it, don't use it. I would not recommend anybody use it because it could be hazardous to your health. It could be you know, dangerous to you and your family members, and nobody wants that. So basically what I'm saying is leave it up to the professionals, us dummies, for you guys' entertainment. You guys stay behind the screens and stay safe, and we'll do the dumb stuff. And that is the last question for the Q&A. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, make sure you guys smack the thumbs up button. It'll be right here. You guys can just go down there and smack the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you guys subscribe. The subscribe button will be down here. Make sure you guys do so if you haven't. Great content on the way. Amazing content. Can't wait to film more and more. I love you guys. You guys have a great day or evening, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.